Good morning, my loves. Happy Friday. Another glorious morning here at the lake. As you can see, the sun's coming up. It's gorgeous out there. It was 42 overnight. The high today is 76. So I'm in short sleeves. I'm going to brave it today. I'm not going to start out the day with a cashmere sweater. I know. I live for the 3 months I can wear my cashmere, but we're getting close to the time you got to put it away. Today is Friday, so we are going to talk self-care. But first, I have to give a huge shout out to someone. I got the absolute sweetest note on LinkedIn last evening from Laura O'Connor, who follows me on LinkedIn. And she always, when I post, if you follow me on Facebook or on LinkedIn, you see every morning I post what I call whatever day it is. Like today it was Friday morning giggles, and it's just some memes and things that are really funny, that I find funny, most people find funny, and then I will post more serious things called points to ponder. And Laura always comments on the funny things. And she sent me a note last night and told me how much they really meant to her. And that was just the sweetest thing, and how she looks forward to this every day. That really meant a lot, and I wanted to acknowledge that. I sent her a thank you, of course I did, but I wanted to acknowledge that because people don't realize, people in positions of authority, people in positions of power, they may come across stoic. I don't think Laura's that way. I'm sure she's a very warm, loving person, but the people that I deal with on a regular basis, the people that I tend to see that come to me for help, for therapy and for a little guidance and wisdom, they can come across very stoic and very serious. A lot of judges, a lot of attorneys, doctors, bankers, people who kind of tend to carry the world on their shoulders, and they can come across very harsh. And that's because of all the weight that they're carrying, not physical weight, but emotional weight. They have a lot on their mind. They have a lot of responsibility. So I post things to make people laugh, because when life gets too serious, you need to laugh. Find something absolutely goofy. Find something really silly. I don't care what it is. What got me through when I had cancer several years ago, I had breast cancer. The original set tried to kill me. So when I had cancer years ago, what got me through that was humor. I laughed at the situation best I could. I did not downplay it, ever. But I had to find humor. I had to. You have to find a coping mechanism. And that's how I dealt with it. So that's why I post what I do. So I wanted to share that and say, thank you, Laura. That really meant the world to me, so thank you very much. We're talking self-care, and part of self-care is realizing and admitting to yourself, I can't deal with this anymore, I need help. That is huge. A lot of people have trouble with that. They see it as a sign of weakness. They think going into therapy is stupid, is ignorant. You don't share your problems with anybody. You keep it to yourself, you keep it in the family. What's ironic, what just popped in my little Brenda brain, people will say, I don't believe in going to therapy. We don't do that. My family doesn't do that. However, they will post all their crap online on social media for the world to see. And then they get people bullying them, picking on them, really, really bad, stupid advice. Honey, why not just go to a professional? It's no different than getting strep throat and refusing to see a doctor because we don't do that. No, you would rather stay home and be sick and miserable, make everybody else sick and miserable, and go on social media and say, anybody got any good home remedies? If you have a problem, admit you have a problem. If you can't deal with it, if you need help, if you need guidance, just some words of wisdom. Maybe you were never given the tools to deal with parenting or college. Yeah, you're bright enough to go, but you don't have the emotional tools to deal with what you're facing. There's nothing wrong with saying, I need a little help. Does somebody have some words of wisdom to offer? There is nothing in the world wrong with that. So please, please think that over. Couples who are struggling, who are fighting continually, infidelity, get to the reason why. Because in my opinion, and I've been in relationships, I've been divorced, I've been single. How long have I been single? This is now 2026. I have been single for what, 14 years, I guess? A long time. I've been single a long time. And I'm cool with that because I know the red flags to look for. Once the trust is broken in a relationship, once you have suspicion in a relationship, you're not trusting somebody. You're going through their phone, you're going through their purse, you're going through their wallet. Honey, that relationship's over. Once the trust is broken, it's over. And once you break somebody's trust, it's over. You cannot take a beautiful piece of crystal, smash it in the floor, and then use super glue, Gorilla Glue, to put it back together. It's not going to be the same. Once you step outside a relationship, it's not going to be the same. Once you lie to somebody, deceive them, manipulate them, and they find out, it's not going to be the same. So get to the bottom of the real problem and address it before these things happen. If you're not happy in your relationship, sit down together as adults and talk about it. Instead of cheating and stepping outside the relationship, have the courage to say, hey, I'm not happy. Yeah, it's going to be painful. People are going to cry. They might raise their voice, but it's better than the deceit. So it's all part of self-care because you are worthy of taking care of yourself. You are worthy of honesty and authenticity, being true to yourself, true to your beliefs. You don't have to be in a relationship to be happy. You don't have to be with someone that makes you miserable. You aren't tied to them. You're not chained to them. If you're not happy, leave. Bottom line, you have to practice self-care. You have to. If you have kids, you have to do it for them. Because for children, it's learned behaviors. If they grow up in a toxic environment, seeing parents fight and argue all the time, that's their norm. So the relationship they go into may be just as combative because they don't know how to deal with stress and anxiety and problems without fighting, without throwing things and hitting things or drinking, drugs, whatever. So think about the kids. Just think about it because it all boils down to self-care because you are worthy of taking care of yourself. There's more to self-care than going to the gym, going for a walk, getting your mani-pedi, watching the game with the guys, date night, buying yourself flowers, which I am a huge proponent of. I mean, for me, if I want flowers, I'm going to be the one to buy myself flowers. I don't have anybody in my life to do it. I don't have a problem with that. I'm good with it. I'm very self-sufficient. But each of us, we are responsible for our own well-being. Physical, mental, emotional, financial. You are responsible for you. If you're an adult, you're responsible for you. And that includes you taking care of you emotionally, not just physically, not just jogging and going to the gym, not just, cutting back on the coffee or the beer, pushing away the cheesecake and the pizza and the tacos. You have to take care of yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whether you pray, meditate, go for a walk, whatever it takes. It boils down to you taking care of you, and that is self-care. Self-care is essential. It is not selfish because you can't serve others from an empty vessel. If you give and give and give and give to your family, to your work, to school, to your kids, to your community, I see parents all the time, parents that are couples as well as a lot of single parents that work full-time. They have 3 kids. They're involved in PTA. They're involved in their church. They're involved in community stuff. They are burning the candle at both ends. And it starts by feeling crappy. They get tired. They get run down. They get a lot of colds. They're getting the flu. They're getting sick a lot. Well, yeah, you're exhausted. You're physically and emotionally exhausted. You have to take care of you. Saying no, I don't have time, I can't do this now, maybe next time, is self-care. It's okay to say no. If your kids come to you, Thursday night and say, hey, Mom, tomorrow we're having a bake sale at the school, there's nothing wrong with saying, well, I'm sorry, you should have told me earlier. There's nothing wrong with going to the grocery store, to the bakery section, and grabbing some muffins or cookies that are already made and taking them. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a contest. But you have to take care of you. You are responsible for you. bottom line. And you are worthy. And yeah, everybody would like a break. Everybody would like grandma to take the kids for a few days or for the weekend or even overnight, just so you could soak in the tub and read a book. Ask. Maybe one of the neighbors will take your kids and their kids to the park, to the zoo, to a movie. Ask. You have to return the favor, but just ask, because you are worthy of that. You have to take care of you. And if you are a parent and you are stressed out to the max, honey, there's nothing wrong with saying, I need help. If you're having issues with a child, issues with work, issues with you, there's nothing wrong with saying, I need help. I just don't have the tools to deal with this. There's nothing wrong with that. It takes a lot of courage. And you know, if you have kids, that's a good thing to show them. That you are brave enough and courageous enough to know you need help. Just think about it. Just think about it. There's nothing wrong with that. And I posted this last evening on social media, and I'll say this here. Something I am contemplating doing is, and I'm contemplating this, I am not doing it yet. I'm kicking it around, but I want people's thoughts. What if, and I might do this every month for this year, I will offer a limited number, of course, like to the first 10, 5 or 10 people every month that reach out to me. I will offer them a free 30-minute session. Because I know for a lot of people, they're struggling. Money isn't there. Insurance isn't there. People cannot afford to go to the doctor. They can't afford to buy groceries. Putting gas in your car is really stressful. Just finding that $30. So not everybody can say, hey, yeah, I need to see a therapist. I need some help. Not everybody can dish out $100 a week, $100 a month. I mean, that's a lot of money. So what if I would offer a few free sessions? Who would take me up on that? It has to be a video session because I want to know who I'm talking to. It has to be one-on-one. You have to be over 18. Nothing lewd, crude, rude, nasty. No dating stuff. I mean, I don't want somebody wanting to do this just so that they can ask me out or say, oh boy, I like your eyes. No, this is serious stuff. I want to help. I really do. So many people need the help. They can't afford it. They're afraid to ask for help. So just what if I offered it to you one time, free? Something to think about. Let me know what you think. Just your thoughts. And if it works, it works. Just let me know what you think.